guys, Chris here. Today we're showing the ultimate $400 budget build that I'm going to be building for my sister-in-law and her husband. It is a request of theirs, and I told them, I said I can put them together a very nice computer at a reasonably cheap price. Reason we're going with this particular processor is because graphics card prices still are out of whack. But to get things started, it is going to be a Ryzen 3 processor with the Radeon built. Crap, I'm gonna have to cut this one out. It is the AMD Ryzen 3 2200G with Vega 8 graphics. Previously put one of these systems together for myself, and have done reviews and the build and all that stuff. So if you haven't if you haven't seen those, please check those out. But this is just going over the overall parts list and explaining that what the costs are. So this is about $105. Sometimes you can catch them on sale for about $100. I bought this one for, I think it was $102, $103. It was a combo deal on Newegg. This and the motherboard was $150. So sometimes you catch sales like that, especially now that the new series of Ryzen processors are coming out with the X470 motherboards. You know, start seeing a lot of the previous generation Ryzen motherboards and processors going on sale for a deep discount. So, but moving on, we're going to be putting it into the Gigabyte AB350M DS3H. Surprisingly enough, this is the X370 chipset on a B350 motherboard. Hadn't seen it before, but because it is AMD Ryzen 2000 ready, I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a chance. I have been using mostly MSI motherboards in a lot of my builds, but I do have a Gigabyte motherboard in my personal rig in the bedroom. Gigabyte's a pretty good brand. This has got the RGB header on it. Their version of it is RGB Fusion. MSI's is Mystic Light. But this has got all the standard goodies of a budget board. They've got their own smart fan system, smart fan 5 with 5 temperature sensors, so you can get dialed in temperature performance. 2 hybrid fan connectors, so that way you can either have a fan or a water pump connected to it. It's got PCI Express NVMe drive slot, up to 110 millimeters for the. But this being a budget build, I doubt you're going to be buying a NVMe drive. You can if you want, but if you're going budget, why spend the extra money on going high end with just that? If you're going to go high end, you'd go with a better processor and obviously more RAM and whatnot. But typical Realtek internet instead of the Intel. High quality onboard audio and so on and so forth. Long lifetime solid capacitors, anti-sulfur resistor, ultra durable design. Basically what they consider military grade components. Very nice motherboard. And of course, like everything, VR ready. I'm getting a little sick and tired of that. Of course, anything's VR ready. But anyway, going to be using a 120 gig Silicon Power SSD. There are obviously a lot better choices as far as quality, but in a budget system like this, you don't have to go with an SSD. You can go with just using the hard drive itself, but if you want a little extra performance, a little faster boot times, load times on certain applications, you can go with an SSD. For a budget build, I really don't recommend anything higher than 120 gigabytes. Just because you're going to be paying higher end prices for better components, go with even better processor and even go with a graphics card. So yeah, moving on. Got our 8 gig of Viper, Patriot Viper RAM. This is 8 gigabytes at it's DDR4 at 3,000 megahertz. You can skimp a little bit if you really want to cut down on costs. I got this for $83. It was a very good deal, especially for 3,000 megahertz RAM. You can go with slower, but with the Ryzen APUs, it's recommended you go with faster RAM because it does help with the performance of the onboard graphics. Faster RAM, and Ryzen typically takes advantage of faster RAM anyway. And this is a dual channel kit. I don't recommend going single channel on a APU build. You get a massive hit in performance. So yeah, dual channel kit is the better way to go. So, and higher speeds preferably. You're gonna get like maybe a 2 to 3% drop going slower, but I went faster speed. I put 3200 in the Q300P build that I did. So, but 3000 megahertz, 3200 megahertz, it's a negligible performance dip. So, and powering all this is going to be the EVGA 450 watt, 80 plus bronze certified power supply. I've reviewed this before for my other build, and I bought. This is the 5th one I've bought so far. These are a very good budget power supply. Wouldn't recommend them for a high-end system because it is only 450 watts. But it is bronze certified. It has the black cables instead of the ketchup and mustard cables. Very nice build quality. My daughter, my niece, my son have got these in theirs. They have not complained at all about their systems. They run great. And they even have graphics cards on them. Oh, yeah, and my daughter just reminded me. I'm forgetting price on this. They're typically, the MSRP is about $40. You can catch this one on sale a lot of times for about $25, $30, which makes it a worthwhile option for budget builds. So, and the motherboard I got for it's about a $60 motherboard. Again, I got the combo deal for about 150 bucks, making it worthwhile for this. Overall price for this whole build about $400, and that's going to include the operating system. And then of course a hard drive. I don't currently have the hard drive available right now, but you can get a good 1 terabyte hard drive for about 40 to 50 bucks, depending on where you find it and what sales you get. This is just to represent the hard drive. So, but all of these components cannot function without a case, and for the case we have chosen the Cooler Master MasterBox Q300L. This essentially is the same chassis as the Q300P, with the difference being the dust filters instead of the acrylic panels on the top and front. It's got the same plexiglass window. It is plexiglass, so it does scratch easy. And I've previously done a comparison of this case with a higher end case. Please check that video out. But overall, this is about a $39.99 case, about $40. Might be able to catch it on sale soon. A lot of places like Newegg and Amazon, they do run sales where you get like $5, maybe $10 off. Especially when new cases come out, something like this will go on sale. Main reason I chose this, if you watched the previous videos, obviously my sister-in-law and her husband and their family, they've got animals. They've got, a lot of dust around in their house. With this having nice solid dust filtration, makes it ideal for them. Otherwise I would have chosen probably something cheaper. You can obviously go cheaper on the case to cut down on the cost and reasonably build this system for even a little bit less than $400. So making a very nice option, because as of right now Intel doesn't have anything with the level of graphics that this has for being able to play games on it. You'd still have to buy a graphics card, and so that bumps up the price. Get a little faster speed, but this actually is very nice. So, but yeah, that'll end up turning out to be a very nice build for them. So, thank you for watching. If, of course, as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. If you have any comments or questions about any of this, please leave them down in the comments section below. And consider subscribing to the channel. And I guess that's it.